Before that, I'd only seen 3.
What were the 3?
I just like the normal Avengers,
Which
Avengers
one?
Age of Ultron.
Like the first.
Yeah, the first one.
This.
But then because
He
my
really
mom
is
never
Damone's
take me to the
kid.
movies or anything. But then when I got a job, I had money, so I'd go do that, and I bought Disney Plus and just watched them all.
Here's how much of a nerd I was. One girl, she was trying to get at me, and she goes, "Yeah, we're gonna go see Avengers. We're gonna go to a drive-in, and we're not gonna be watching the movie." I said, "I kind of want to see that." I kind of want to see that.
Actually, we are going to be watching the movie.
Yeah, I'm going to watch the movie,
and we're going to discuss afterwards.
Yeah. Guess what? We're watching the fucking credits too.
She was trying to get freaky. I'm like, wait a minute, that's the
if
Avengers.
I miss a second, bitch, you'll never hear from me again.
I heard they got a Hulk.
I'd never seen any of the Captain Americas at that point.
Oh, at that point, I thought you were saying in general.
I thought you meant in general. I was like,
no,
I was really about to spend this whole podcast just going in on you.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
I was about to go get the Dragon Balls and wish you away.
Here's a good question. Who has the best? Which character has the best movie series, in your opinion?
Are we talking just Marvel or
let's just do the MCU? Just do MCU for this
MCU.
I'll bring
definitely Captain America.
I was thinking that. I was low key thinking Ant-Man until that last one. Ant-Man had a fight. Ant-Man had a good run. He had a good little run.
Ant-Man's first one is fun.
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp is okay, and then Quantumania is ridiculous.
Yeah, I must have, that one was bad, but I think that was the best because at first I was thinking because I didn't like the first Captain America, but I loved.
I didn't either.
I loved the second one. And then
the second one was that Winter Soldier or was that
Winter Soldier?
Then that's Winter Soldier. Okay. But then Civil War is my GOAT movie for the longest.
Yeah, I feel like Civil War, that's not fair because Civil War is just such a big.
It's a Captain America movie,
but it's
Captain
America. It is Captain America Civil War. It should have just been like Avengers Civil War.
I thought that.
I was so lost. I was like, "What's he doing?"
You thought what?
I thought. I couldn't get the mirror thing right.
His brain's working overtime just now.
So what did you think?
What he said about the Avengers, it should have been like Avengers movie.
You thought it was an Avengers movie?
No, I thought it should have just been an Avengers movie.
Oh yeah. I mean, I agree with you there. I do agree, but it is a Captain America movie. That's why I think that was the best one until I saw the Ant-Man movies. In my opinion, I think the Ant-Man movies were the best series until that third one. Thor, I thought all the Thors were bad except
I like the first one.
Except the third one. I didn't like the first one.
I like the first and the third. I like the
Hulk's is the weakest, let's be honest.
First and the third one.
Hulk?
Yeah, the Hulk is the weakest.
He doesn't have his own movie
because
he does, but it's not the same actor, but it still is canon.
Hey, you know,
it's still canon.
Wait, if we're going canon, it's only one it's only one.
I know it's only one that's canon.
When he was in the water getting surrounded by his father, and he said, "You want my power? Take it all." And
wait. You're talking about the Eric Bana version, right?
That's what he's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that don't count. That's not canon.
Yes, it is.
I liked those.
That's not the first one. That first one is not canon.
It is canon.
No, the one with what's his name is canon. But what's his name? What is his name?
Mark Ruffalo.
Who played him before? Is currently who it is.
Who played him before? I can't think of his name for Fight Club. I don't know why I can't think of his name. That one's canon. The Incredible Hulk is canon. Just the Hulk, that one's not canon.
Yeah, Edward Norton.
Yeah, that's his name, Edward Norton. Yeah, that one's canon because he's playing that character.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I was talking about.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one with the Hulk was fighting the dogs and the room blew up. And
no.
I've never been that mad at a movie ever than like I was when I saw that scene. He's
I don't know, man. I've seen Green Lantern.
Green Lantern didn't make me as mad as the Hulk. The Hulk and Ghost Rider 2 were the two movies I got so angry that I wanted to fight somebody.
Ghost Rider 2 is hilarious.
I still have yet to see Ghost Rider.
He's
2.
coming. He's knocking at the door.
I was like, this is awful. I remember looking at my dad and I was like, "How much longer we got this movie?" Like how
that
much
and
longer?
Blade Trinity.
Hey, all
Blade
the Blades
was
can
bad.
fuck off.
That was bad, but it had one scene I liked though. Like scene I quote to this
When he
very
was fighting
day.
Triple H.
No, not even that. He was like, "You ready to die, motherfucker?" Like, when Dracula did it, it was hilarious. Because Blade hit him with it, and then he got him back with it. I said, "Oh, this is crazy." I was like, "This is lit." But yeah, that movie was awful.
Actually, I was about to say, as far as like Marvel, the Blade movies were pretty good up to the third one.
I agree. I think the first one was great.
First
the
one's
second
great.
one was
Second
even better.
Dope as hell. Yeah.
The second was even better. Third one was
not,
like, It's
hey,
still, in my opinion, it's not terrible. I can watch it. I'll say that I can watch it.
I can watch it.
It's not the highest rated movie on Geek in the Sheets, though.
What'd you say?
So it's not the highest rated movie in Geek in the Sheets.
Yeah, because you ruined it. You have Flash going above it. You ruined it.
I have an answer.
What's your answer for best Marvel series?
For movies wise, I've never had a problem with any of the Iron Man movies.
Oh, really?
Iron Man 3. What are you talking about?
2 and 3. 2 and 3 were both bad.
I like 2 and 3.
With
like
Flash in the fake Mandarin.
Oh, that Mandarin. I was like, yeah. Good thing I wasn't watching in theaters. I watched it at home. I was like,
only to have the real Mandarin show up in Shang-Chi. How he was supposed to be.
That when I think it was Iron Man 2 at the drive-in and the bulb blew, and for probably like 30 minutes the movie wasn't showing, and they did not rewind it at all. They just like kept playing it from where it was, and I was like, are we getting our money back or anything? And they're like, no. It's like, what do you mean? We didn't see 30 minutes of the movie. We just heard it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
that's
sorry,
all you
we
needed
don't
to
do
do.
refunds. Like, okay, that's fucking awesome.
That's all you needed. That's all you needed.
So you got it. You heard it, didn't you?
I think the Iron Man movies are iconic, but I don't think they're good.
I don't think they're good either. I think that first one was good. Then after that, it was like,
Because the thing about Iron Man is that he doesn't have very relatable villains.
Yeah.
That you can make into a movie adaptation that makes sense. Like other than the Mandarin, which they did wrong.
Yeah, they fucked it up.
He really doesn't have that many. He doesn't have villains that really like speak just to him. All of his threats are Avengers threats, and then his other like main villain is Fing Fang Foom, who's a giant alien dragon that they're absolutely not gonna adapt to a fucking movie.
He gonna need a nickname.
Yeah, Fing Fang Foom. Yeah, so it's not like it was gonna be rough doing Iron Man anyway. It's just rough.
He said he made his suit in a cave.
In a cave.
Props. He was an old boy.
The first one was really good though. I really liked that.
Oh, for sure. I love the first one. The first one was great. First one was dope.
And then the second and third one happened. It was like, damn it. The second one's really good for the one scene with what's her name? I keep wanting to say Scarlet Witch. It's not her. Scarlett Johansson. What's her?
Black Widow.
Black Widow. Black Widow. I was like, I just keep hearing Scarlet. I'm like, that's her real name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That scene. Look, she was so bad in that scene. He said, "What?" He was thinking, "What? What was that?"
What was that? What did you say? I also. How did you guys feel about Black Panther 2?
Okay.
The long funeral.
Yes, the long ass funeral.
Here's what I gotta say. I'm gonna be indifferent from y'all. I think the first one was not a good movie.
Wow.
The second one was way better, in my opinion.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's kind of wild.
It is. I must say, I knew it was going to be a hot take for that one. I think the first one was, I mean, Killmonger was cool.
Were you not throwing up the X's?
You said, what's up?
Were you not throwing up the X's?
I mean, I'm still doing this. I got to represent still, but
So you did.
it was very. I'll say this. It was very. I'm not gonna say it was terrible. It was very, very overrated. I think it was cool. That's how I feel about it. It was cool, but people overhype it just because he's black. I think that's all it was. So they were like, "Oh yeah, we gotta represent." It's like I get it, but
like my thing was I agreed with Killmonger. That's what my whole thing was. So I agreed with Killmonger and the fact that they killed him. I was like, could have just put him in jail. Could have, especially because they ended up bringing him back later.
Here's my thing that pissed me off about that movie.
And his hair grew when he was dead. They met him in the afterlife. In the afterlife, and his
Dreads
locks were
just
longer.
growing.
I guess so. I guess
Is there
he
any
has
rule that
somebody-
says that
he has
that can't
somebody? He has somebody retwisting his shit.
Got an angel barber.
Yeah.
But I my whole thing about the first one, this is the thing that pissed me off more than anything. I get that T'Challa is the main character. I get we're supposed to cheer for him. But the part where he's fighting Killmonger, it was a fair fight. Killmonger was just beating him. That was it. He was just beating him. Then all of a sudden, Forrest Whitaker jumps out. He's like, no, he jumps out there, gets himself killed. It's like, wait, when you interfere in this fight? Like, so when old boy from what's the old boy's name? What's the old boy's? I forget. M'Baku. Yeah, when M'Baku was out there fighting them, y'all didn't jump in. So y'all didn't do none of that. But as soon as y'all boys start losing, now you want to jump in. Oh, he ain't fighting fair. Say, now want to be Friday now. He ain't fighting fair. I didn't like that. And then the fact, like I said, he won fair and square, threw him over the waterfall, which he should have died. If we're gonna be real, he should have died. They brought him back on ice like he was a fish, and then they brought him back on ice like he was a fish. And then he came back talking about I never yielded. Like, no, sir, you died. Like, we're not gonna do this.
Let me tell you something, Kenny. The power of the Black Panther will be stripped away. The thing I didn't like about the first one,
Knuckles meme away.
I never liked Chadwick's African accent.
A lot of the accents were terrible, but
yeah, I didn't like his specifically because his was just because any Nigerian or like Ugandan or anybody that you know, they don't speak. Let me tell you something. You will not come into my country and take over. This is the land of my ancestors. No, I don't know any. If it was a real African, they would have sounded. Let me tell you. You come round here trying to take my land from me in my family, I will kick your ass.
Like Panther said, this is the John Blaze. I can get jiggy with this. This is the John Blaze. I can get jiggy with this. I'm just that bitch ass nigga.
Yeah. Where are you going? Where are you going?
Where are you going?
Come back. As a move a miss it osas.
What is your name? What is your name? Hey, that's a perfect place to start it. We're gonna start it right there. This is Geek in the Sheets, and get your host, of course, the bad guy himself, Kenny, and to my left, to my right now, it's going to switch it up on me. To my right, we got Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh yeah, I stole it.
Below me, we have Sean the Don.
How are you doing today?
And at the bottom right, we got the Black Puma, Jamel.
What?
Not the Black Panther. He's the off-brand version. Black Puma.
The Black Bobcat.
We're on episode 3.
All right, so we discuss everything nerdy, whether it's anime, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, any of that. We discussing all that. But yeah, I just had to ask some little questions real quick. But before we get into this news, we got to do the battle of the night. And first one. So they all got a draft. 5 people, 1 anime character, 1 superhero / villain, 1 action hero, 1 cartoon character, and we have switched miscellaneous to video game character. All right, so I'm started like this. Start with Sean this time. Sean, who is your anime character?
My anime character for today is going to be one of the most Black Air Force energy characters in all of anime, Mr. Yujiro Hanma from the Baki Hanma martial arts series.
I've seen that. I've seen that. So I know you're talking about that one.
Hanma, the man who thinks sex is a way to get stronger, a man
Dangerous.
who can walk through bulletproof glass and only have his clothes stripped away, a man that punched the ground and stopped a Category 8 earthquake because it was disrupting his fight with his son. Mr. Yujiro Hanma.
Hey, he got a point. He got a point. Jamel, who is your anime character?
Rimuru from the time I got reincarnated as a slime.
What is his power?
Hanma got reincarnated as a slime.
I actually don't know like his entire power set. I just know he was his main one. I'll look it up. All right. So Rimuru has gravity manipulation, magic. He has a black flame. It's called a defense barrier, paralyzing breath, regeneration, shape shifting, thought communication, intimidation. Oh, there's like 20 things here.
Hey, he kind of cold.
Well, his powers is copying powers, so that makes sense.
He's like, if he doesn't have your power, he pretty much just like eats you and he like gets your power. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yep.
So he's a power. Okay.
He wants to
So
have
does he have any other power besides power eating? So I know what I'm dealing with.
Well, like he has a bunch of other powers he got from power eating.
He's basically Kirby.
Okay, so they stayed with him. I thought you were saying he's only for that fight. But okay,
No,
you're saying they stayed with him.
He's one of them. He has time manipulation, telepathy, black lightning.
He
sucking some dude in.
Yep.
This one time he like, took out an entire army and it was just looking at him. He's had,
so
like,
what's the difference? Forgive my ignorance. What is the difference between regular flame and black flame? Black flame. You said black flame earlier. What is that?
One has rights.
Where to go?
He get 3/5 of a flame.
It's 3/4 massa and 1/4 cool.
Apparently, it just burns at several hundred degrees.
Okay.
Obama was a
700 million degrees. Sorry. It says 700 million degrees.
Oh wow! So it's really hot. As you said, it's really hot.
That's excessive.
That's what you had to say. It's really hot. All right, and Joby Wan Kenobi, who is your anime character?
I'm not too much of a weeb when it comes to anime, so I'm gonna stick with something simple. I'm going with Beerus, the God of Destruction.
That'll do it.
Okay. He said that'll do it.
That'll do it.
Oh man. He said, "Oh, pudding. This planet has pudding."
Where are the bitches?
What is this delicacy?
He said, "Why, yes, Lord. Why, yes, my Lord."
I have to wonder if you're going to end up at Yamcha at one point.
I will never pick Yamcha.
So, Joe, who's your superhero or supervillain?
I'm going Shazam.
Shazam. I mess with Shazam though, so I know you're mad at it. All right. Who's next? Jamel. Jamel's next.
I'm like right under. All right. Is anyone here familiar with the Crisis on Two Earths?
Yes, Jamel. Yes, we are.
Had to be sure. Superboy.
Ever heard of the Flash?
Superboy. Okay.
Superboy.
That specific Superboy, Kenny. If you don't know, if you know that one.
I do know that one.
Okay. You didn't say yes or no, so I was confused. Wasn't sure.
Oh no, I was where you were going with that. That's why I asked. Okay. And Sean.
I'm going to pick Mr. Mitsopitalik from the Superman series, the omnipotent, omniscient, transdimensional ferryman that can change reality based on his whims.
What was his name again?
Mr. Mitsopitalik.
Mr.
Don't you have to make him say his name backwards? Make
I'm
him
gonna
go
say Mr. M for the sake of this call.
There you go.
I'm
Yep,
gonna call him Mr.
Mr.
Mississippi. I'm gonna call him all kind of stuff.
The only way to beat him is to know his name and say it backwards.
Oh, for real?
away. So you have to say it.
Yeah, I'm
backwards.
done.
Yep,
I'm
that's
like,
the only way that you can beat him is
Can
to
you
know
say
his
it
name
backwards?
and to say it backwards.
And I got a stutter too. Like that's all bad.
Your name is Mr.
Whole world's getting
Sean,
destroyed
have you
around me.
trained to do it backwards?
Dormammu, I came to bargain. How about
Alright,
trained to
Sean?
say it backwards?
Yeah.
Mr. Lillington.
Sean, who's your action hero?
My action hero is going to be Denzel's The Equalizer.
Okay, he gonna turn that watch.
Yep.
He's like,
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you right now. You got about 5 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and stick this gun up the shaft of your ass. Okay. Release the girl.
Now you got 5 seconds to release that girl. I'm coming in there with start going in.
And I tell you what, I'm gonna kick your ass. I stand by it.
Get your fucking hands off me. Get your hands off me. All right, Jamel, who's your action hero?
My dog gave me this one. Ip Man.
It's a good one.
Okay,
Ip
so
Man.
Ip Man. When you said Ip Man, for some reason I was thinking One Punch Man when you said it. Ip Man, yeah, he's hard.
He's
so I'm
hard.
gonna give you props on that.
He's hard. Even though your dad gave it to you.
Ip
I
Man,
don't
that's a good
really
one.
do that many action movies, man.
We know.
That's crazy.
Mine's getting his ass kicked.
That's
now.
my thing. Martial arts movies. That's my thing. That's the thing. I watch all that.
I got one for next time that hopefully somebody knows who he is.
Like, if I was going to keep up with these myself, I'd have to watch an action movie every week. And that's a lot.
That's
of
not that
commitment.
hard.
It's really not. Or you
That's
just
just-
look,
that's
or you
just
just look them up. That's what. Or you just
One
look
movie
'em-
a week. It's really not that bad.
Or just look them up. That's what I say. Just look them up.
If you can watch One Piece, you got time for this.
Fair.
I'm actually waiting so I can binge more episodes.
Fair.
All right, Joe. Who is your action hero?
This ain't gonna go well, but I picked Adonis Creed.
Now, baby Creed.
Oh,
He said, "Hey man, what you doing in my car, man? What you doing in my car, man? Gotta get an autograph."
I'm just going with what's written down, so you're kicking my ass at that one.
Joe, who is your cartoon character?
Optimus Prime.
Optimus
I
Prime.
was thinking that earlier, but I said Jamel the Broken Demo period. Why am I catching? Wait, is that a stray?
A little bit. I mean, he said it, so I guess it's straight to himself. He talking about himself. All right, and who's your cartoon character, Jamel?
I never figured out one, did I?
No, we did just ask you.
Yeah, all day.
Well, I never figured out the one that I had one earlier and I kind of forgot. So we're just gonna go Danny Phantom.
Danny Phantom. Gotta catch him all because he's Danny Phantom. I did not know that was DJ D-Rec rapping that.
Is it really?
Yes. Ever since I heard that, I could never take that show seriously.
Yo, Danny Phantom, he was just 14 when his parents built a very strange machine.
It's really DJ D-Rec.
He's Danny Phantom.
Oh, God. That's hilarious.
All right.
I could have went my entire life without knowing that.
I'm sorry. I had to break the news to you.
Oh, man.
Sean, who is your cartoon character?
It's going to be a Cubby from Kirby. Right back at you.
I was like, from Kirby? All right.
Yeah. He's basically a black hole and a black star at the same time.
Suck you up worse than Bill of Danger.
Yep.
So, Sean, who is your video game character?
My video game character is going to be Sephiroth from the Final Fantasy series.
Wait. Is it coming with the theme music too when it comes out?
Oh, yeah, of course.
That song is fire. I ain't played none of them games, but I was like, damn.
Anytime that he pops on screen, it's a movie.
Oh, tomorrow's the day to play.
Oh, it's pre-downloaded, my guy.
I
Yep,
remember.
So if I just jump in, I'll be fine. If I just jump in and start playing this one,
Yes,
I'll be fine.
yes.
Okay. So it's not something I need to know what happened, everything that happened before. I can just jump in and be straight.
It has a thing that it'll recap the entire story for you.
Oh, bet. Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
does the whole story in 5 minutes up to that point? So yeah, you're good.
Oh, okay, big bet. Yeah,
I've only played 7 and 16, so.
Oh, that's crazy. I've played 1 through 16. So.
Yeah, I just played 7 for the first time last year, and then I played 16.
And did you love it?
Love it.
16 was the most anime ass Final Fantasy they've ever made.
Yeah, that was fuck. Yeah, it was pretty intense. I liked it though.
Yeah, I did too. But yeah, Sephiroth is my character.
Jamel, who was your video game character?
I'm stuck. Sorry.
Oh damn.
You can be any video game you want.
We even threw in banter to give you more time.
I know. I was hoping that I'd figure something else by then. I was gonna go Kratos because that's like one of my favorite ones.
I picked Kratos
last week.
Oh, you did say that last week.
So now I'm a little stuck. I got this. Just give me a second.
You don't pick Conor McGregor from from that same game.
UFC.
I forget his name.
UFC 4.
Yeah, what's that? Conor McGregor looking nigga.
Are we saying any video game?
Any video game, as long as it's a video game, as long as we can play it, you can be in there. Pac-Man, it can be anything you want.
Can I say Madara Uchiha from Ninja Storm 4?
That's crazy. Because he can.
I was gonna say, I'm like, that's a cop out.
It's predominantly an anime.
I'm gonna give it to you this time. Next week, I'm gonna need you to have some video games ready. That's not off of anime.
That's
I need some time, bro.
Yeah, because Madara is insane.
You had 1 week.
He said Mike Vick from NFL.
Mike Vick and Mike Vick is crazy.
That's hilarious.
No, you chose wrong. You said NFL 2K. You messed up. It's gonna be Madden. 2K one ain't the one that's glitchy.
Nah,
it's
dude.
The Madden one.
Mike Vick from NFL Street 2 is crazy.
That's insane.
I'm telling you right now, you guys are both losing to mine. So
who's yours?
I got Bella Goth from the Sim series. She comes in your house, she's gonna suck you off, and you ain't even gonna be able to win.
Wait, what? That happens?
Isn't that the vampire girl that comes into your house?
Yeah, but who's gonna stop a goth chick?
Sephiroth.
When you said ain't nobody stopping this, I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were going with Isaac Frost. I was like, look, he got this, but nope. I didn't know.
Nope, not Isaac Frost. Spell goth.
Did you say Sim?
Yes.
Yeah,
he said Sim. All right,
the vampire lady that comes to
So we have our teams, and let's see who wins each round to be the final winner of the Battle of the Night. We got Mr. Yujiro Hanma against Ramiro. Is that how you say it? Ramiro?
Yeah, Ramiro.
And then Beerus. Yeah, I got to give it to Beerus. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm losing this one for sure.
I got to give it to Beerus.
Yeah, Beerus kind of caps that one off for sure.
We got Mr. M against Superboy and Shazam. Shazam! All right, so this is a little harder. I'm trying to think. Would they say
yell
his
Shazam
name?
And it's fucking epic.
But if you say his name, I would say you can't even say Mr. M.
You can't even say his name. And also, I want to throw out. He got his power stolen by the Joker, right? Mm-hmm. And the Joker was able to imprison every major superhero and make them live their deaths over and over again for 3,000 years to mentally break them. And the only reason that stopped is because the Joker got bored with it and gave his powers back.
Mm.
But Mr. Imp just be goofing around. He don't be doing.
He really doesn't, but he doesn't have to be serious because nobody can do anything with him.
That's my kind of fighter though. He just slacks off just because he got enough to do, like Saitama. Yeah, I'm gonna go Mr. M for this one. Mr. M. Then we got the Equalizer, Ip Man, and Adonis Creed.
That's really a 2-man fight.
It really is.
Yeah, I'm going Ip Man.
That's fair.
For this one.
That's fair.
Kirby, Danny Phantom, and Optimus Prime.
This is an easy one, bro.
This is all over the place. I'm going Kirby.
What? Kirby is not sucking up Optimus Prime.
Yes, he is. Yes, if he can suck up
He's goddamn semi.
If he can suck up a star,
star is not as big as Optimus Prime.
You're lying.
How close have you been to a star?
You're lying.
How close have you been to a star?
As close as I am to the sun, but I know it's bigger than Optimus Prime.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
You haven't been up next to one. How do you know it's bigger than a semi?
I've seen pictures.
You see pictures, exactly.
And then
It's
It has
fake.
no gravitational pull.
Optimus
Sephiroth.
Prime is real.
Madara and Belagoth. I'm going.
Hey, it's a goth chick, man. You gonna say no?
Sephiroth is the
No,
fallen angel that brings.
Yeah, I was. She wasn't even in this equation in my head.
I was about to say Sephiroth can bring comets down to hit the planet and blow it up.
She was off to the side watching.
She can blow things too. You on woohoo? She got you.
I'm going. Man. All right,
It's a tough one, but it's Bella.
I'm going. Shit. I'm gonna go Sephiroth. I'm gonna go Sephiroth. I was gonna go Madara, but
But he
yeah,
cheated.
Oh, I'm 2-0, baby.
Yeah, I'm going.
2-0, baby. Hold on.
No, we've done this 3 weeks.
He wasn't there the first time.
Hey, you fucking lost.
Yo,
He was so bad he didn't even pick anything.
cue the glass breaking.
Pull out the belt. Pull out the belt on you. All right, let's get into some of this news we got here. All right, Netflix. It's what's anime news. I know y'all gonna be mad at me because I said it's anime, but fuck, y'all just gonna be mad at me. So Netflix. Yep, Avatar last.
Fuck you, dude.
Fuck you. All right, so for Netflix Avatar, have y'all seen that?
Yeah.
What do y'all think of it?
Well, I've seen 4 episodes so far. It's
Yeah.
definitely not geared towards kids.
No.
It's way more adult than I was thinking.
That's for
It is, but I also like the direction that they took it in. I don't think it's completely faithful to the original. However, if you look at it the way that people that watch Game of Thrones looked at it, it's not a direct adaptation of the books, but it's a few creative liberties taken here and there. Then I think that it's a solid piece of work.
My thing is, I think it's weird when people get mad and be like, "It's not exactly like the thing I read." Like, why would you want to watch the same exact thing? Like, I want little twists. I'm like, "Oh, I didn't do that." I like that when they do that.
That's why
But
Dragon Ball
I like
Evolution is my favorite movie.
Yeah, I like
Okay,
the. I
not
like,
that bad.
I'm just
Jesus
kidding.
Christ.
Wait,
I like the bending. I like the bending effects.
Mhm.
I like the martial arts. I like the characters. I think the standouts of the show are Prince Zuko. I think the actor that plays Prince Zuko is amazing. I think he's doing a really good job with the duality of like the sassiness and the deep rage that Zuko has. I think he does really well with that. I think Sokka, not Sokka. Jesus, wow, Sokka. Not the M. Night Shyamalan pronunciation of it, but Sokka. I think the actor that plays Sokka does a really, really good job. His chin bothers me because he has a very pronounced chin. But other than that, I think that he does a really good job. I think Katara is a good shout. I think they do really, really well. And the girl that plays
The bounty hunter.
Yes.
Yes, I can't think of her name either, but yeah, that one's pretty good too.
Yeah, love her too. So I think overall it's solid.
The only one that's really like it doesn't really bother me, but Aang seems like he's too young.
Yeah, I don't like Aang. That's the one person I don't like. I don't like Aang's actor. But
yeah, I feel like, and I haven't watched the cartoon in forever. Not the anime kind
like
of. I
Aang's
haven't
a
seen
kid.
the cartoon in forever. Yeah, he's a kid, but I don't think he's like.
He's not a baby.
Yeah, like that.
Like, he's not
that
a
kid
child.
playing him is way too young. I think.
Yeah, that's a child. Yeah, it's kind of different, but yeah.
How old is he?
I think Aang in the series is like 13 or 14.
He's 114.
Yeah, he's 114. But this kid seems like he's
This
like,
kid's actually just 12.
Yeah, this kid seems like he's like
He is. Let me see how old he is. He was born in 2009.
Aang?
So he's 15.
He's a youngin'.
Oh, the character that plays Aang. Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, Aang was not born in no goddamn.
No. Yeah, no. I'm saying he was born in 2009.
Fact check that.
Aang was born the same year Modern Warfare 2.
The actor's 15.
Oh,
But,
and I do like that Appa isn't nightmare fuel like he was in the M. Night Shyamalan movie. In the M. Night Shyamalan movie, when Appa has the kids dangling from his little feet, that image has lived in my nightmares. since I've seen it. That's one of the scariest things I've ever seen in a movie. This Appa doesn't scare me. So
have you seen, like, got to the point where I can't remember this name either, but like the spirit when he goes into there,
Yeah,
the like owl, that is really cool.
that is really
that episode, me and my wife looked at each other and we're like, this is not geared towards kids, because this like that episode, like that part was kind of scary.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree.
But
I'm
yeah,
gonna say this
I
about
really
the
like it so
character.
far.
Well, not the character, but the actor who played Aang. He said he rewatched the show 26 times in excitement for his character. He said, after I booked the role, I looked up the anime series. I watched it 26 times because I became a giant fan.
How did he find the anime?
You said, what's up?
I said, how did he find the anime?
I think it was on Netflix for a little bit. It was on Netflix for
It's not a fucking anime, Kenny. Stop saying that.
I would say he did. I would say
It's a cartoon, damn it.
And he said I didn't even really watch it to study my character. The first time was for that. Then I watched it again for the fun of it, and again. I feel like I really got to know Aang, to see what he's going through, and hopefully bring that to the live action with a little bit deeper and darker tones.
So here's my last thing about the Airbender. I feel like, in the show you saw Aang really struggle between like wanting to be a kid and like have fun, and you really saw the struggle with him taking on the Avatar. This kid, I don't know if it's just in his voice inflections or what, I can't see the struggle in him.
Yeah.
Oh, for the they said one of the things a person said that who was making it is they didn't want to do that. They're not going to do the Warren Bossing
Third best anime of all time, behind only King of the Hill and the Boondocks.
So that's so disrespectful.
So
That's hilarious.
They're skipping over there will be no Warren Bossing say. Like they're just not doing it.
Well, we'll see how it develops, but right now I think it's pretty decent.
You know what?
They said they're skipping over the goofiness because they don't. So something about the story they didn't think it was the way to progress.
So the one thing that kind of threw me off was when Aang is talking to the previous Avatar, and then she's the one that comes in and does the fight. I could have swore that in the cartoon it was him take the Avatar form.
It was
so that kind of threw me off there, because like I would have preferred to see him do that. Like I know it's not a complete
not a 1-to-1.
Yeah, not 1-to-1, but like I would have preferred to see him in that full state, just to like kind of give you like a foreshadowing of what could be.
Yeah, just like in Game of Thrones. If anybody watched Game of Thrones, in Game of Thrones, I wish Euron Greyjoy wasn't just the horny bastard, but and they just made him that in the show. His whole
like that.
The Euron Greyjoy in the books was this world-destroying, elder god summoning, dragon slaying sorcerer of a man. In the show, he just wanted to fuck the queen. So hey, we don't all get what we want.
That's true.
Well, speaking of slaying, Robert in DC News, Robert Kirkman says Omni-Man would easily beat Superman in the fight.
That's cap.
And I said that's crazy. I just want to know what y'all would say on that, because that, in my opinion, I was like, that's crazy.
Superman is written to beat whoever he's up against.
Except Batman.
So it's dumb. If you kill him, he's gonna come back because the sun shined on his dead body for too long or some shit. If you're hot, he's gonna all of a sudden have cold breath from breathing in for too long. If you're too durable, all of a sudden he can fly fast enough to break the space-time continuum to punch through your past self to make you die today. It's just there's no beating Superman because he's not written to be beaten. So Omni-Man can be beaten. We've seen this man take L's before. So
everybody in that show, do we see everybody on there taking
everybody? And if you haven't read the comic, he takes many more L's down the line.
Yeah, I was gonna say
no.
They were getting raped and everything.
I'm honestly kind of sick of the Superman versus whoever argument, because it's always gonna be Superman.
Yeah, I mean,
I hate Superman for that reason too, though, because it's just like,
so do y'all think
boring.
because that's how I feel about Goku too? And who do you think will win between Superman and Goku?
So here's my thing.
Are there senzu beans?
Same kind of plot armor.
Here's my thing with that argument, right? Piccolo could blow up a moon back in the beginning of Dragon Ball Z.
They're too overpowered at this point.
He
Like,
can
it's
blow up a
ridiculous.
moon with one hand, right? We've never really seen Superman do something like that. However, we have seen Superman fly through space-time because he was sad that Lois died and he wanted to go back to the past. So he was so sad he flew fast enough to go back in time. Never seen Goku do some shit like that, right? They're both written to beat whoever they're up against eventually. Now, my thing is, Goku does not win one-on-ones.
He doesn't.
Goku does not win fair ones. If Goku's running the fade by himself, he's probably going to lose. If he doesn't have Vegeta jumping in and then Gohan jumping in to stall time and then Piccolo getting killed for the 7th time, he's probably not going to win the fight in a 1v1. Superman does win fights in a 1v1.
He said, "That's all I do."
That's all he really does. People wait for Superman to show up to fights to win. People make strategies to neutralize Superman before fights happen because they know that we can deal with everybody else in the squad but him. So to me, that speaks enough.
Okay. And
I
then
agree with that.
I do too. And Peacemaker has just dropped today for Mortal Kombat. And I haven't played as him yet. I was working all day to do all this kind of stuff, but tonight I'm gonna play as him. I was excited. I don't know how excited y'all are about it, but I was excited.
So Mortal Kombat has kind of fallen off of my purview when it comes to games. However, I do love Peacemaker. I love his show. I liked him in Suicide Squad. So, and watching his gameplay, he's like a jokish character, which I appreciate. I like non-serious fighters and super serious games. So,
that's always my go-to pick. I always pick the jokey characters, and I pick the characters that's like so like unorthodox. That's the ones I always pick. Like what's his name? Voldo from I pick him. I pick what's her name? Zafina and Tekken. Like I always like people that do weird stuff, and you don't know where that next hit's coming from. I always like characters like that. And then I always pick the jokey characters like Johnny Cage, Dan from Street Fighter.
Yeah, wow,
so,
Dan.
Yeah, I always pick the jokey guys like that. So that's just always been my people.
Well, that's because you're a troll. So
true. True. And in some Star Wars news, I got some stuff for y'all. Jar Jar Binks' skin has been leaked, but for what game?
Fortnite.
Call of Duty.
Shut up.
Call of Duty.
So the Rolodex of games that I went through in my head, Call of Duty was nowhere on that list.
Nowhere.
I said Fortnite in my head.
So it's not confirmed, but they're saying some leaks came out, and everybody's like, "That's definitely Call of Duty." And
Call of Duty has been getting ridiculous with their skins though, because they had that Groot one a few months ago, and then like the Walking Dead ones are coming out right now. And
yeah, I mean, you could kill niggas as a Nicki Minaj.
21 Savage.
You can bust a cap in a motherfucker with a BBL. So you know this.
Like I was home, I was Homelander, and I died by 21 Savage. Like that's insane. I said, "Yep, you got it." That's what I can do.
Call of Duty's trying to be Fortnite, and I don't think they should.
No.
There was that weird thing. Remember when they did the Godzilla versus Kong event?
That made no sense.
in the Modern Warfare, like you'd be having a frontal like a home war, and then you see Godzilla like shooting laser beams above you. It's not simpatico.
No, it makes no sense.
Made literally no sense.
I was in the army in a war, and Godzilla and King Kong is running around. I quit. I'm leaving. I don't need to be on this battlefield. I can be somewhere else.
Next thing they're gonna do is have the Sailor Moon squad in 2K. You know, you drop by BC in Sailor Moon is a 99 overall.
If I get my ankles broken by Sailor Moon, I've never played 2K ever again. Ever again.
Every time she scores, she hits the pose right after. Little heart comes out.
I'd be sick. My dude's on the ground like
The games really are getting absolutely ridiculous with skins, so I'm kind of getting over it. It was
I mean,
cool,
they're-
like when they first came out, and it was like, oh shit, you can get this for this game, but now it's like
Yeah, they're
every
doing
single
a-
game has everything.
They're doing a
Like,
big
I think
deal.
you
Like,
kinda
why would I
talked about
want to play
Fortnite this point.
SpongeBob and God of War? It doesn't make sense.
And it's like even like Magic the Gathering's getting dumb with like when the D&D side came out, it was like that's cool. Now it's like Walking Dead, Transformers, you got Fallout coming out. Why the fuck is there Fallout Magic cards coming out? Doctor Who, like
I
this shit,
will
like
say some of
stop.
the Fallout Magic stuff is nice. I
Dumb.
think the cards set. Okay, it's a flavor fail, but the cards are nice.
Yeah, are you hyped for the Assassin's Creed set?
They're reprinting Feast and Famine.
I don't care. Are you excited for the Assassin's Creed set?
He's not okay.
I
I mean,
throw
not
out
necessarily, but,
Altair
like-
and gain 2 mana.
I'm
Yeah,
sure, like
seriously.
the cheaper Feast and Famine.
Oh my god.
I'm sick of it. I'm honestly like, it was cool when it first like you just drop it here and there, but now it's like every set coming out is just like, all right, we'll reprint one, and then we're gonna come out with something that is just current.
Yeah,
They're
it's like
here
Jordan.
soon. Apparently, they're going to start doing like a Lord of the Rings type thing once a year. They said.
Oh my god.
Sounds about right. They're probably gonna have the fucking ring in each set too.
No, like not for Lord of the Rings.
Post Malone's gonna
specifically,
get 'em
but,
all.
like, that kind of thing, like a Universe Beyond set like that.
Well, there's like 5 or 6 just this year.
Actually, I think was it that many? No, I mean
Last-
like entire sets, not just like Commander decks.
Oh, okay. I thought you just meant in general, like stuff coming out.
Yeah, they're going to start doing that like every year. I think either starting 2025 or 2026.
I just want to do a PSA and tell y'all, all y'all, and y'all know who you are. Stop buying the 2Ks and the Maddens and the Call of Duties every year, because it's only going to continue to be ridiculous and mediocre as long as you continue to buy those games.
NCAA's dropping.
Yay.
So.
Hey, WWE comes out next
I
week.
was
Woo!
saying, WWE coming out. That's my one. That's my go-to one. That's when I play heavy.
This time I can play as Cody Rhodes.
I'm bad. I buy every single one every year. Besides, football's the only one that, or not football. Basketball's the only one I don't usually get day one.
I always
This is
get
the
2K,
problem.
Madden, and then I get WWE. Now, if the price drops, I'll get hockey. It depends. Sometimes I'll get hockey. Sometimes I get soccer. But I prefer hockey. I'm better at hockey.
I haven't played a real sports game in earnest since UFC 3.
I've never liked sports games
I
except
didn't
like
like it.
WWE.
I like
It's not good,
WWE. I'm probably going to buy WWE. In fact, we can all run WWE on a stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Like, don't buy him, but next week we're all streaming it.
Yeah, I'll body all of you.
I was saying,
I'm ready.
That new one drop. I'm gonna get that. That must come out in like what, 8 days now?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
get
pre-ordered it today.
Yeah, I might get my
Ready.
copy later on the night.
What is
And then
going on?
Star Wars Mandalorian game has been officially canceled. They were
Good.
making a game. It has been
Oh, that's fine.
canceled.
Good.
I'm just letting y'all know that.
Any Star Wars games that doesn't have lightsabers in it, I don't.
I agree. I definitely agree with you. I hate the
Rock
ones
with
where all you do is fly. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is awful.
If it's not Battlefront and it doesn't have lightsabers in it, I don't rock with it.
Star Wars Squadrons like seemed like it was gonna be interesting, and I was playing it for a bit. I like played most of the story, and I was like, I can't do this anymore.
In my soul, something, Cody Rhodes.
That's lit.
I don't even know who Cody Rhodes is.
So PS some more PlayStation news. PS5. So it's some more PS5 news. We got 3 free games. I do the monthly free games this month, starting March 5th. We have Sifu. I think that's how you say the name. Sifu, and then Hello Neighbor 2, and EA Sports F1 2023.
So out of those 3 games, I could recommend Sifu. Personally, I think Sifu is a great game. It is very difficult. Don't think that you're going to come in and just have a great time right off the bat. You're going to struggle. You're going to be angry, and you're going to have to learn. The functions of Sifu is that you are a kung fu master, And the more you die, the more you age. Now, the older you get, the more damage you do to people, but also the less life that you have. So you have to balance dying to get stronger and have more damage, but also not dying enough that you don't die in like 2 to 3 hits.
Can you evade? Can you evade? Like roll?
You can evade.
Or
it's a whole kung fu simulator. So you can change stances, you can dodge, you can block, you can counter, you can parry, you can use weapons. It's a very fun game. It's not one that I've beaten because, again, I said it's very, very hard and I get frustrated. So yeah, but it is a good game. Hello Neighbor 2, I would say do not waste your time with that one. The Hello Neighbor series has been routinely very, very disappointing in every iteration, and 2 is no exception. And then the last game I have no experience with, so I would say that I'll try it out, and you all should too.
I have played the racing one. It's okay. I think Gran Turismo's way better if you're going to play a PlayStation racing game.
Okay.
Also, you forgot one, the Destiny Witch Queen or Witch King, whatever it is. That's free as well.
Oh yeah, that wasn't on my list. Okay, but if you're hearing that,
okay,
get that
yeah.
too as
So
well.
that's a DLC, but that's Destiny's a pretty good game. The
is,
only thing that sucked about it is having to buy the expansions all the time.
Yep, if you wanna play the same game for 17 years, it's a great game. Destiny 2.
Hey, I've been playing World of Warcraft since it started. I know all about that.
Yeah, man. I'm like, hey, man, I feel like
paying
I have
$20 a month for it every month too.
Destiny 2 came out before I was able to drink, and
Destiny 2 did come out when we was young. Yeah, it came out.
I have a daughter and a whole bar in my house now, so I can tell you how long that's been.
I tell you what, the reason why I asked about the evading thing, because on that Ghost of Tsushima, all I was doing was rolling. That's all I was doing. My guy would be dirty. My guy would come up with all dirt. Just I'm just rolling so much.
Ghost of Tsushima, also a great game.
Ooh, yeah. Oh my god, that's so
one of my favorites.
Huh?
Did you finish it? You can't say it's fire if you didn't finish it.
So the
it's a yes or no. It's a yes or no. It's a yes or no. Did you finish it?
So Nintendo Direct.
You're a bitch.
No, I did not finish. You know how I do, man. I got past the
game's fucking fire. I just didn't play it.
I got the old guy back. I got the old guy back.
So you played the first act. Great.
I got to the first act.
There's 3, Kenny.
I know. Look, that's what I saw. I didn't get the old man. I got him back.
If it makes you feel better, Kenny, I've never even heard of the Ghost of Tsushima.
No, that game it's cold. It's fire.
Why are you here?
What
do you do?
When did this game come out?
Like
not too
3-4 years ago?
Yeah, it came out. It came out a little minute ago.
I had one of the biggest PlayStation exclusives.
To be fair, I did lose it. I had on PS4. I lost it for a minute, and then I re-got it back. So I started.
I couldn't afford a PlayStation at that time. What did you want me to do?
It's the only physical game I have still.
That is the only physical game I have besides Call of Duty.
I didn't get a PlayStation until like 17, I think.
I can't wait till virtual reality is a thing and I'm able to throw things at you in a virtual space because that's what I want to do currently.
Hey, I do VR every night. We can play basketball. Oh. I play basketball VR every single day.
I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh VR with you.
There actually is Yu-Gi-Oh VR, and
I know. I summon Pot of Greed.
There's when you go to the Yu-Gi-Oh worlds, it's very cringy.
I bet.
I refuse to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
So last time I was there was a girl dressed as like an anime girl, and she was like playing on her knees, dueling, but she like had her ass just straight up in the air. I was like, this is fucking wild.
So you stayed? He said, this is wild.
No, I went to Kmart.
See what this game talk about. So for Nintendo Direct, what did y'all think of it? What did y'all think of all that going on?
Are you talking Nintendo Direct or Pokemon?
Nintendo Direct.
Nintendo Direct?
Because we didn't talk about it last week.
So the Nintendo Direct was a partner Direct.
Yeah, it was a partner one.
So it wasn't any of like the main titles that we look for. There was a couple that I was excited about. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is one of the sleeper RPGs for me in the last 2 to 3 years. I played it, I loved it, I beat it. So the fact that they're coming out with the DLC, Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, I'm looking super forward to that, to continuing the story with that character. I think it was amazing. And then there was one other. Joe, you want to read off what they announced?
That's what I was getting pulled up right now. I thought we were just doing the Pokemon one.
No, then we're doing that next. We're doing that right after this.
So there's this,
we were supposed to talk about last week, but I forgot to bring that up.
so there's Disney Epic Mickey rebrushed, which I not a fan of that one.
It wasn't great.
World of Goo 2. Nope. Grounded. That's
Very niche.
Grounded is just a re-release onto Nintendo Switch.
I like Grounded though.
Yeah, Grounded is a good game, but
Yeah,
like it's
I
just like
Grounded.
it's like okay, it's coming to another system. Penny's Big Breakaway.
What the hell? What the hell? What is that? What the hell?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
3D platforming game, Endless Ocean Luminous, which I thought was going to be Subnautica when they were playing the trailer for it. I was like, oh, Subnautica's coming to the Switch. Nope, just a game that broke off from it. Then Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection.
That's the one I'm so.
That's the other one I was excited for. Honestly.
Yep, that one is. I'm pretty hyped about that. At first, I was like, "Oh, that's cool. You can like replay them again." But then I seen that it was 64 player online, and I was like, "Okay, there we go."
I'm also not getting that on the Switch, though. I'm not getting that.
Oh no, there's no fucking way I'm getting that on the Switch. I'll get it on PC if I can.
Yep. And we should all play together when that does.
I must say, is it crossplay? Because I play it on PS5.
Yeah, I believe so. It is.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that, but I wouldn't doubt if it was.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everything is now. South Park Snow Day, which was already announced. They just announced that it's coming to the Switch, which I'm also kind of excited for that.
I'm excited, and then I'm also angry because I love Stick of Truth and I like this Fractured Butthole, and then they're taking this in a whole different direction. I like the art.
The art style is weird.
The art style is weird because it's 3D South Park, which never really looks great. But
yeah, I just finished Fractured Butthole, and that one's like those games are just so fun.
They are. They're just fun. So hopefully this one is fun too.
Isn't Fractured Butthole the one where you could choose your difficulty, and the harder you choose, the darker your skin is?
Yep.
That's crazy. When I saw that, I said, "That's wild."
Yeah, that is crazy.
I saw that and I died. It just affects how much. It doesn't affect how much money you can make in the game.
Yep.
I didn't know about that part.
Yeah.
It's a great mechanic.
That's crazy.
Another Crab's Treasure. You just play as a hermit crab, which is I don't know who the fuck came up with that, but see you later. You're fired. Contra.
Wait, to be fair, I played Goat Simulator and that game was so fun.
Goat Simulator is fun.
That game was so fun.
I love simulator games. The Goat one pissed me off because I was going into it thinking it was an actual simulator, and then when I popped into it, it's like, no, that's not even close to a real life thing.
It's the best $8 I've ever spent.
Luckily, I got mine free, and I was like, "Oh, they dropped it free that day," and I was like, "Let me go ahead and get it."
Then we got Contra, Operation Galuga, Pepper Grinder. Pepper Grinder is a wild name for a game. Pentiment, Tales of Kanzara, Pocket Card Jockey Ride On. That sounds like something from organic11.com. Code Q13. Unicorn Overlord.
Unicorn Overlord. So Unicorn Overlord, that is actually a game that is kind of a mix of like the Persona games, the Fire Emblem games, and then the Advanced Wars games. So if you're a fan of those, it's kind of a mixture of those into one game.
Okay. Kingdom Come Deliverance, which is just being released on the Switch that's already out on normal consoles.
It's Skyrim. Kingdom Come Deliverance is just Skyrim if you were a normal dude.
I remember when Kingdom Come Deliverance first got announced, and for some reason I thought that it was I don't know what his real name is. Jax Teller from Sons of Anarchy in that King Arthur movie.
Yeah.
For some reason I thought the Kingdom Come game was that movie.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is gonna be sweet.
It's not.
It's not. Then we got also the graphics look fucking horrible from what they showed.
Oh yeah, on the Switch.
For it being like a re-release on the Switch, I was like, can we stop releasing full games on the Switch, please?
Yeah.
Keep it to Nintendo shit, because like Mortal Kombat looked disgusting.
Yeah, it looked awful.
That was bad. That
was Snufkin, and then Demon Slayer, and that's everything for Nintendo Direct.
So all in all, it was a lot of re-releases, a lot of like third-party games. Nothing too exciting. It's pretty mid overall.
Mid.
Yep.
Now let's get into that Pokemon Direct.
All right. So for that, we got Pokemon Cafe Remix. How exciting.
Wow.
Yes, I
Allows
don't care
you to
about that
collect
one.
some coins and do puzzles. Yay. Pokemon Sleep, which we fucking ripped on in Geek in the
Yeah.
Sheets last year. Fuck that game. It's literally a game where you catch Pokemon from sleeping. Dumbest
Yeah.
fucking shit ever. We know Kenny can't catch any because he doesn't sleep. The shit, literally, you have to set it next to your mouth and it listens to you breathe. Like, okay, yeah, he's breathing real hard right now. We're gonna give him a shiny tomorrow. It's the dumbest shit. But they announced you can now get legendaries if you sleep very well that night.
Yep. It's
Really?
yeah.
What does sleep very well mean? Like what?
Like if you get your full 8 hours, you can wake up to a Lugia.
If you get 8 hours exactly on the dot, you can get a Mewtwo.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like
somebody's in bed like trying to snore.
it's just someone in Japan fulfilling their ASMR fantasies.
That's
It really is. Yo, Damone, check it out. You'd probably like it. Pokemon Unite got 3 more characters coming out to it. I don't know if you guys have played Pokemon Unite. I actually like it. I like
Pokemon
mobile
Unite.
games.
Yeah, it's a
Pokemon game
simpler.
I ever really played is Pokemon Go.
Yeah, it's a simpler League of Legends. It's nice. I actually think it's pretty fun.
Damone
Said if you get
if you get sleep apnea, you get
You get a magic card.
That's funny.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so they're releasing 3 more Pokemon on Pokemon Unite, which is pretty cool. Pokemon Masters EX is celebrating an anniversary, which I didn't even know that game was still around. So, congrats on them for that.
Yeah.
Pokemon Go and Pokemon Horizon series, which is coming out on Netflix. There's 3 new raids that they announced on Pokemon. How exciting! We get Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise for the 4,000th time.
Yep.
Honestly, the best announcement, in my opinion, was the Pokemon trading card game that's coming to mobile. You get free 2 card packs a day, and the app actually looks like it runs pretty clean. And then the art styles on the card, you can actually they were showing how you could zoom in on the art and actually go into detail on
the
it.
picture.
Yeah, which is pretty cool in my opinion.
And you can battle, which I think is pretty dope.
Yep. And then the last thing they announced, which was their biggest announcement, which was not a fucking Johto game, Pokemon Legends ZA, which is an XY remake into the Legends, so the Arceus games. Game. There's only been one so far.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of okay about it. I'm not excited though.
So I'm pretty happy about it, only because I thought that the Legends games was the twist that Pokemon needed.
I agree.
I think that was building on that is what will make Pokemon continue to develop and become better in the future. I think the Pokemon X and Y and the Pokemon Sun and Moon and the Pokemon Sword and Shield, I feel like those games have gotten stale and they've kind of rested on their laurels with them a little bit. But I think that the Legends series kind of mixes it up enough that we can get the Pokemon eventually that we all want, which is Power World. So yeah.
Yeah, Pale World is where I'm. The best thing about Pale World is because I'm a huge Pokemon person. So the best thing about Pale World is that it's forcing Pokemon they're in a corner right now.
Yeah,
they have to do something to get out of it. So if this Pokemon Legends drops Scarlet and Violet, which I just tried playing Violet again today for the first time in a while, and I'm good on it.
Yeah, I downloaded the DLC and I can't even get through it. So
it's the first Pokemon game that I have not completed the Pokedex on, and I'm
yeah,
I'm kind of okay on that.
I just don't want to.
It runs like ass.
Pokemon games only on Nintendo.
Yep.
Yes, they are.
Just like how PlayStation exclusives are only on PlayStation.
Okay. I thought so. But I've never played a Pokemon game. I'm sorry, other than Pokemon Go.
That's why, I must say, that's why I haven't been able to really play them because I've never had a Nintendo in my life. The only one I've ever had was a Nintendo Wii. Because my mom had it, she used it to work out. And then I got a Switch when I was in the hospital. But then I got poor. And then I was like, I need to sell this in order to live. So I had to sell it. But the thing was, the games, my girlfriend, she had got it for me. And she got me Mortal Kombat, which I'd already beaten at the time. And she got me WWE Battlegrounds, which I had played and did not like. So it's only 2 games I had on there.
So she sucks at gift giving.
So I was like, I was like, when I get a little more money, I'm gonna get the
maybe she
does
doesn't
different games, and then Then I got even broker.
I will say, if you ever get a Nintendo Switch, you got to get these controllers, the Nyko ones. They feel so fucking comfortable when you play a Switch.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one. I'm getting my money's getting a little better now.
It feels like an actual controller instead of the stupid fucking Joy-Cons.
I've always wanted one. I just never had the opportunity to go get one because, like, when I was younger, I couldn't get one because I was a small child.
I don't. So listen to me. Listen to me, and I want you to listen well. Okay. Everything that we bring up to you, sir. You say, "Well, I was a kid. You know, when I was a child, when I was a wee little lad, I didn't have the money to get it and buy." You do now.
No, I don't.
Go and do things.
And you work at Amazon. Stop buying rope. Buy games.
Why?
I don't buy rope anymore.
Jesus.
I just bought a car. I have no money.
Jeez.
So, okay, and you work at Amazon. Here, I got you. You ready? You take the Switch that's on the shelf, you get in the car, you drive off.
I won't work at Amazon.
All right,
there's other jobs.
Oh, when I was a wee little lad, me and my family didn't have enough to have entertainment. Don't give a fuck. Watch it now.
I don't have the money now either.
Yes.
Hey, wait, we got to go back to Star Wars. Are you going to make him talk about watching Star Wars 1 for the first time?
I've seen
No, not 1. It's not episode 1. He's going to 4.
He already watched
1.
I'm gonna throw something at you.
I watched 1 for the 3rd time.
I was so confused.
What?
Oh yeah, I have the episodes mixed up. I watched 1 and 2 multiple times. Well, no, I watched 2 once. I watched 1 3 times.
Kenny, I'm about to hang up.
I'm so like,
Kenny,
I don't know what to do.
Kenny,
I don't know what to do.
This man needs a guest appearance only when we talk about anime.
I'm losing sleep over this. Kenny.
All right, I'm gonna get to my last note. All right, so these are my last couple things. Invincible Season 2 Part 2 is dropping March 14th.
Woo!
And I'm excited. And then The Boys Season 4 drops June 13th.
Woo!
And the show has been renewed for a 5th season as well.
Woo!
And here's another one as well. Fairly Odd Parents.
God damn it.
It's still going?
I timed it perfectly. Right after that.
You should have started with Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents, a new Wish series coming with original voice actors for Cosmo and Wanda. And they have the new godchild named Hazel Wells.
Oh my God.
So
Hazel Wells?
Yep. Be able to look out for that.
Come on, Timmy Turner is a way better name.
Hazel Wells. That's like a bad porn star.
Yeah, it does. I'm gonna check that out.
So, Kenny,
what's up?
If I have a little time for my gaming moment, I can throw out all. So, as part of the gaming moment, I've looked up all the games that are coming out next month that you should be out on the lookout for. If you're a fan of horror, we have the Outlast Trials coming out on the 5th. If you're a fan of simulators and wrestling, there's WWE 2K24 on the 8th of next month. If you're into those RPG, strategy games, there's Unicorn Overlord, which has one of the best names of any game I've ever heard. Unicorn Overlord, badass. That comes out on the 8th of next month as well. If you're a fan of old school classics that you can play with your friends, we have Star Wars Battlefront, the classic, coming out next month on the 14th. We also have Alone in the Dark. It's a remake of the classic Alone in the Dark that came out in the early 2000s. That should be really, really good. It actually looks beautiful. It's being remade by the same people who remade the Resident Evil remakes. So that you really should be looking out for that. We also have Dragon's Dogma 2, which is my most anticipated game of the year. That's coming out on the 22nd of next month. Then we also have Peach's Showtime. It's a Peaches game.
Peaches.
She's getting her own game. And, Nintendo usually does really well with their standalone character games like Luigi's Mansion, Professor Toad, things like that. So those games usually go really, really well. So let's hope that Peach's Showtime comes out and it does really, really well too. That's coming out on the 22nd. And then we have Rise of the Ronin, which is also a game that I'm very, very into and looking forward to on the 22nd of next month. So the later half of next month is actually really stacked with Alone in the Dark, Dragon's Dogma, Peach's Showtime, and Rise of the Ronin coming out within 2 days of each other. All of those are coming out within 2 days of each other. So pick, do your research, look into the games, and really pick what you really want to do, because not everybody has $70 to throw in every direction. I don't know about you, but spending $280 on video games within a span of 2 days isn't in my personal budget. It might be in yours, and if it is, fuck it, we ball. But those are the game releases for next month, and then I also have 2 game reviews.
You forgot the most important release, though.
What release did I forget?
MLB The Show 24 on March 19th.
See, I had you last
athlete of Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
I had you last week.
Baseball.
I fucking love the show. That is my most played game.
It is a great baseball game. So 2 games that I have beaten recently that I thought that I'd give a little shine to. The first one is Yakuza Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. It is a very lengthy game. It took me around 75 hours to complete. But after completing it, I must say that it is one of my favorite RPGs of the last 5 years. The story, it has that Yakuza drama, but also with the Yakuza silliness. It also has beautiful gameplay with the RPG elements that really keeps you invested throughout the entire 75 hours. I did not at any point feel like the combat was getting boring to me. The side missions are always quirky and weird. Like one of the side missions is that you get on a trolley and ride around Hawaii and take pictures of guys in thongs. And that is a side mission that you do and get paid money to do. So if that sounds great to you, out of 10, I would give Yakuza Like a Dragon an 8.5. I thought that it was a really, really solid game, and you should check it out. And then my last game is Persona 3 Reloaded. So that game, Persona 3, is one of my favorite games of all time. And I played it when I was younger. I always wanted to play a more updated version of it. And they came out with a Persona 3 Portable, which I thought was a downgrade from the original. I didn't even play through it all the way because they took out a lot of the features. This is basically Persona 5, the style, the art, the different systems that they put into it, into Persona 3, which is exactly what it needed. It's a beautiful game. The story's intriguing. The characters are characters that you can fall in love with. And I spent 76 hours completing that game. And overall, it's one of the greatest JRPGs ever made. And I would give it a 9 out of 10. So go check out Persona 3 and Yakuza Like a Dragon if you're looking for something to spend a lot of time on. So there you go.
Also,
next month I'll be completing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I'll be talking about Dragon's Dogma 2 next month.
I'm beating that for sure.
Yeah,
I'll be right there with you.
Yes.
Joe, what games did you beat? Or just
can't really beat Helldivers, but I've been playing Helldivers 2 a lot.
I've also been playing Helldivers for Democracy.
Yeah, that game is fucking phenomenal. I had no idea what I was getting into. One of my friends bought it for me, and I was just like, "Oh, give it a shot, I guess." And jumped in for one game, and it was like my first match was just like, you know what, I could see how this would kind of be cool. And then just the more you play, you unlock harder difficulties. There's the bugs right now, or the automation. So basically, like, you're fighting Tremors, or you can go over to the other side and fight Terminators. And honestly, it's so fucking cool because you're like liberating planets together as a community. And it's just like the difficulty of everything is really cool, with like the different types of enemies that you're getting, as well as I've never seen a game implement a D-pad as much as this game has. And honestly, I thought that was really dumb at first, but like after doing like a couple matches of it, I was just like, this is the coolest mechanic that anyone's ever put into a game in forever.
Ever.
The fact that, like, so just so you guys know, basically, like, if you want to call in like an airstrike or something like that, you hit L1, it pulls up a list of all of your codes, and you have to put in the long ass code with some of them are short, but there's just codes you have to put in, and there's even like story parts that you have to do where you have to put codes in. If you fuck it up at all, you have to start over. But it's awesome using a D-pad. It's such a strange thing to say, but it's really cool to use it.
It adds tension.
Yes, it really does.
You're getting chased by a horde of robots that are firing lasers or by these giant acid spitting bugs, and you have to put in an airstrike code correctly in order to call it down, or it's life or death between
And not
you
call
and
it
the
on your
squad.
people.
And not call it on your people. So you have to communicate with the people that you're fighting with, because friendly fire is always on. So if I throw down an airstrike, it's going to blow me, you, and you up. So that takes away from the overall.
And listen
recall
closely.
team.
If you use mines, you better tell people where you put them.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Because if you
Try
put mines down, you
Helldivers
don't tell
if you-
people, you're dead.
If you
Legs
play
gone.
Helldivers, hit me up.
I'm gonna get that. Is it?
No, you won't.
No, I'll get it. Because it's not a story game. It's not a story game, so I'm gonna get it.
Fair enough.
Oh, we got a long ass question in the chat.
So he said, interesting question for this panel regarding Pokemon. I'm just gonna read it because it's too much to put on the screen.
It's gonna take up all of our faces.
Yeah, I personally would love to see one day a return to the rival we had back in Generation 1 and 2. In media and games today, it seems companies always want to have a friendly rival to join the player. And in my humble opinion, I would love to see a rival who, while still friendly over times, gets more and more jealous of you, always beating them in battles.
I agree.
So they did that in the Violet DLCs, where you have a kid that you beat, and at first he's like, "Oh my God, you're so strong! This is great!" And then you keep beating him, and he's like, "All right, cuz, like, chill out." And then you get to the end of the DLC, and the legendary chooses to want to go with you instead of him, and that changes his whole personality to the point where he becomes a bully at his training school and bullies everybody into submission. I do agree with you. I think that competitive edge, because I remember hating, Silver. I remember hating Gary, or Blue.
I always named him Gary.
Yeah, but I always hated Blue. I always hated Silver in those games, and I wanted to, cave their fucking head in when we had a fight. I didn't just want to beat them. I wanted to embarrass them, and I want that feeling to come back, the competitive feeling to come in Pokemon. But the thing that I've realized as we've gotten older is that video game companies are not making games, or at least the companies we love are not making games for us anymore.
No, especially
they're making
Pokemon.
them
They're
for
definitely
kids.
making them for kids.
And that's why we don't like Marvel anymore. That's why, Pokemon is like, we're all like, oh, hate it, blah, 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 blah. And it's because just like our parents, when they were listening to music, the music that we liked, and like, oh, that rap is just noise. Who is this Lil Wayne? Back in the day, we had Grandmaster Flash, and that was a real rapper. And and back then they rapped like, I went to the hat store today and I bought myself a hat, and that's how they rapped. And that was music to them.
Yeah, that's real rap right there. It wasn't rap about killing nobody. We rap about what we did. We bought hats, and we talked to the girls down the street, and we got home just in time to get dinner. That's what we did back in the day. Y'all get your pants halfway off your ass, and you're killing each other. That's what you're doing out here.
Yeah, and we just got to understand that the market is not focused towards us anymore. So I think alternatives like Power World, once they flesh that game out more, that's going to be more directed towards adults, where Pokemon is going to be for kids, because they don't make it for us anymore. And I think our generation. Yeah, the issue today is casual fans, yes, but we got to understand that the casuals far outweigh the hardcores, because the hardcores of us have transitioned into games like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, Sekiro. We want to hurt. We want to feel something. So we play games that hurt us. And then we go back to games like Pokemon looking for comfort, but they're not made for us anymore, so we're disappointed. So honestly, it's just a cycle.
A big thing with Pokemon that really has been turning me off with it too is I am a really big like shiny hunter, and they have made it so fucking easy to get shinies now. Like I remember, back in the day, you'd sit there forever just restarting a game, just trying to get a shiny, and now it's like you run into them just randomly all the time. Like I don't even have my Pokedex complete on Violet and Scarlet because again, I didn't really care for that game. And I have probably like 10 shinies, which should not happen. Like if you run into one, that's a possibility. You run into two, that's crazy. Anything
10?
over that,
it's pretty wild.
Yeah, 10 is too many. So yeah, I like it went from like being like a 1 in 4,000 chance to like it's like 1 in 300. It's disgusting.
Yeah. Yep. That's why I just shoot my penguin out of a grenade launcher in Power Up nowadays.
Yeah. Use an AK-47.
Mm-hmm. And put them to work in the mines.
Yeah, that game's fucked up, but it's a goat.
It's a goat. It's a goat. I love it. And actually trying to get my team to be strong, that was rewarding. Yep. Actually taking time to train your Pokemon. Yep.
And when you got skills and you could only use them once.
Yep.
And the HMs you could only they actually took up a slot.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They moved away too much from everything.
Kenny, I actually have a discussion that you might want to try for the next episode.
Which we'll talk about it all fair. We'll talk about it all fair.
Sure.
We'll talk about it all fair. So I'm gonna end with this final thing right here, and this final thing is the final countdown.
Copyrighted.
And in this final countdown, it's a random fight we put together. That's all I do. It's a random fight. Who y'all think winning? Scarecrow or Mysterio?
We did that one already.
Rey
That was the first
Mysterio?
one.
Oh, did I? My fault. I was supposed to erase
Yeah,
that.
we've
My
definitely
fault.
done that.
Sandman versus Clayface. That's what it was. I'm sorry. I was supposed to erase that. My
Sandman.
bad.
I'd say Sandman.
I
Because
also think
Sandman
JJ.
could use his sand to neutralize the clay or make it hard, which is Clayface.
Whoa! Pause.
Damn it.
Like,
Very
the
good.
one thing that had me off for a second is like I usually say DC beats Marvel, but like that's one of the cases where it's like Marvel. I mean, Sandman just like on average, just like can be towering over buildings at times. I'm pretty sure Clayface is kind of like
Size doesn't matter.
huh?
Said size doesn't matter.
It's about the motion in the ocean.
I'd say Sandman. I think he could encase and harden Clayface, which would neutralize his powers.
I think I don't know because
I just don't know how. I don't know how Clayman would beat Sandman or Clayface, not Clayman.
Clayman.
Because they're the opposites. You have to make Sandman, you have to make Clayface hard, pause, and you have to make Sandman wet, pause. So,
Organic love it.
so
Organic love it.
that's
Code
how you
T13.
beat each one. And I don't know how either one. I know one can do one, but the other can't do that. So
So we got Sandman winning as a whole. That's we looking like.
Yeah.
yep, in my internal nerddom, that's what I think.
Clean sweep.
All right. Well, we're gonna end it right there, and we'll do our final little plugs. Anybody got any plugs today, or is it just me, just moi?
I'll plug some my stuff.
Go ahead.
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
follow me on social media at Sean the Don.
There you go. Jamel, you have any plugs?
I mean, first doing social media, I'm pretty sure mine is JJ_spoke. No, JJ_has_spoken.
You bastard.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
trust him.
that's stolen. You can find us t13media.com. I host Not a Real Court, which is another show that we do where we debate all the silly, the serious, and actually nothing serious. Except for last week, Damone wanted to do should you pay for parking? Dumb topic. Damone, I know you're watching. Dumb topic. And then we've been streaming on Twitch again, so stop over and check it out. We got new merch available. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be streaming Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for probably like at least 4 hours. So I'll probably be on at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you want to check that out.
Check it out. And you can catch me on all social medias at Bad Guy Spoken. Catch the Bad Guy Spoken podcast on YouTube. You can see Unbiased, the football podcast on there. You see a TK throwing at the little U. And then you'll see Hood Movie Review. We review all your favorite Hood movies and not so favorite Hood movies. And like he said, get your merch. Get everything on t13media.com. Letter T, number 1, and spell out 3, media.com/store if you want to get some merch.
20% off until the 2nd. 20% off.
Yeah, go ahead and get that. Go ahead and get that. We're going to eat it up. Eat it.
Whoa.
Get out of here.
We're getting hard. We're getting wet.
tripping.
We're eating it.
I'm tripping. We're going to get out of here.
Gobble me, swallow me, spit down the side of me.
I'm going to right there. Geek out. So start doing Meg the Stallion.